or you're looking here at an irrigation design for a relatively large site. And if I zoom in on the key here, you can see there's a main line, some laterals, a 20mm piping, 19mm, and so on. gCADPlus has some useful tools to help you get quantities here. If I select this dark blue line, it's a polyline and runs over a large part of the site, and we can get its length, 194 meters, quite easily by simply clicking on it and looking in the properties box. But if you want the properties, say, of 19mm polypipe, you want the total length, there's a tool on the Tools drop-down menu which says Add Up Length. So we can click it, and the prompt says select your object to measure the length. So we can simply click on these individual line segments that represent that piping accurately, and you may be able to see that down in the command area the total is incrementing each time that I click on one of those lines. So I think we've got some more over here in this area, and so it's just a matter of working your way through the design. And then, whoops, I need to go in here and get that one. So we're now up to 167 meters of that diameter pipe is required. I'll just zoom out and check. So that is a relatively quick and easy way to get quantities from the design. However, if we look at things such as solenoid valves and gate valves and control valves and so on, these are all blocks, individual blocks. There's an isolation valve there. And there's another opportunity on the gCADPlus drop-down menu to extract schedules. No, extract blocks is the one. Here we are, extract block data. I want to extract all blocks by layer. I want all blocks on a layer called irrig, and I just say OK, and you may notice that if I just move this down and away, and we're asked for a file name, but I'll just point you to, see it's picked up every block on there, and so I could just call this irrigation valves, etc., and having given it a name, we can then save it, and save it as a CSV file and save, and that information can be put straight into Excel. What I'll do now is start Excel and just import that information to Illustrate. Well, I've started Excel, I've started a blank workbook. I'll go to Data and bring in the text information. I've put it on the desktop, changed its name a little, called it Irrigation Hardware, and we'll import all of the data that we extracted has now been collected and can be pasted into here. So it being the export routine, gathers a lot of information about X and Y coordinates of the block and the block name, the layer it's on, of course, and key information which is negative, and the first column's just got the number. The first block extracted was a block called controller, the second was a block called controller. Don't forget, you now have full access to all the Excel skills, so you can click in here, and if we say we don't want to select all but we want to pick the controllers, we can do that, and that isolates the controllers. If we go back into there, we can have all the Hunter sprinklers, and what that does is gather them together so the two controllers are there and all the Hunter sprinklers are listed. So to get totals, it's just a matter of utilizing your Excel skills, totaling tools to add up the number of in this case sprinklers that you've got in the design. So what we're trying to create is a very versatile and flexible tool that just builds on standard skills. You can get lots of help on how to do that sort of thing in Excel using online advice.